it for him. Chris Wren, everyone.
Hi, yes, my name is Chris Wren. I am originally from New York City. I've lived there for 6 years. And I'm here in Reno doing Aladdin, the 3D holiday adventure over at the El Dorado, which if you don't know is a kid's show. So it's very clean, it's very hokey, there's no cussing whatsoever. So before I start my set, I'd actually like to get something off my chest if I could. Fuck! Shit! God! Balls! God damn it! Motherfucker! Puta pendeja! Yeah! Woo! Thank you. I feel better. Thank you. All right. Yes. But no, I am originally from Houston, Texas. I live in New York City. I am new to Reno. Never been here. It's my first time here in Reno, and I have to say it is not what I expected. First thing I didn't expect when coming to Reno is that it's fucking freezing outside. I told all my friends in New York City that I was going to Reno. Like, oh my god, that's like on the West Coast, right? That's like in the desert. You're gonna have like a warm Christmas. Lies. Oh, fucking lies. Like seriously, like I'm sitting in the apartment that I'm staying at, like watching TV, waiting for these tropical commercials to come on to whisk me away from this frozen, windy tundra of lies that we're all living in, But speaking of wind, by the way, I was watching TV several weeks ago, and the weatherman interrupted my Family Guy to tell me that we were currently in Reno experiencing a Pineapple Express weather front. Now, if you don't know, Pineapple Express is also the name of a movie about marijuana. So I was a little confused. I didn't know if I was supposed to go outside with an umbrella or my bong. I didn't know if I was going to get soaking wet, really good bong water. I didn't, but I do. I love travel commercials. I find them absolutely fascinating, especially those domestic travel commercials. That take you to exotic lands like Mississippi and Idaho. Yeah, I really want to go there. But they have these wonderful travel commercials to go to Mexico, and they have these slogans. Come to Mexico, discover what you thought you knew. They have these like sub slogans. They're like, a cave. And that can hold the Statue of Liberty, Mexico. Or a church on the top of a hill, Mexico. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas, and when I think of Mexico, that's not really what I think about. When I think of Mexico, what I think about is, a blonde American girl being abducted and used as a drug mule, Mexico. I do, but y'all's local commercials. Y'all's local commercials blow my fucking mind. Like I saw this commercial not too long ago for a store here in Reno that has the world's largest selection of guitars and the state of Nevada's largest selection of guns. Yeah! Woo! I thought to myself, yes, finally, a store that sells two things that have nothing to do with each other. Yes! Like I've literally never been playing guitar thinking to myself, man, I really could use a 6-shooter to go with this 6-string. But there are some similarities to Reno, Nevada, and New York City. We both have homeless crackheads. But even they're a little different. I was walking from the casino not too long ago. I was walking down the street and I saw this crackhead who seemed to be really preoccupied with the shadow boxing match that he was in. He was like, hey, I'll fuck you up, bitch! There was less boxing, more a slap in the air. That's what he was doing. But, in New York City, those crackheads are motivated. Those crackheads have purpose. You see them on like the subway, on the MTA, and they're like, they have like a boom box or like a drum or whatever, and they're like, I'm broke. Real broke. Give me money to buy crack. Slight differences. Get this thing out of my way. What's this gonna do? But yeah, I watch a lot of TV, as most comics do, because we're usually out of work. Or actors. It's the same thing. It's really the same thing. But I watch so much TV that I actually, I know the commercials that play on TV just as well as I know the TV shows that I watch. And one that I really like is, actually I'm gonna do this back. One that I really like is the shake weight commercial. But now I'm not talking about the shake weight commercial that you see for like women. They're like, oh my god, I'm losing weight. Oh. No, I'm talking about the one they make for men. The shake weight by Bowflex. You know which commercial I'm talking about. You know the one you see the guys where the guy looks like he's having an epileptic seizure while working out. Like seriously, one guy is behind that camera going, man, this is a commercial. There's no sexual windows in this thing at all. We should show this to kids. This is great. Or I love those. I love the Insight commercials. You know, the gift that keeps on giving. But what really caught me by surprise about the Insight commercials was now that Insight not only makes the pill, but Insight now makes a energy drink. That's right, you can now drink Insight. And it got me thinking, like, what if they just marketed Insight, right? What if it was just the Insight energy drink? What if they just marketed it? Like, what would be the slogans for that? You know, like, drink an Insight. It's a boner in a bottle. Drink an Insight. Get a big dick in a gym. I also love, I love this. A lot of you stoners probably know this. This commercial comes in like 3 in the morning. The Philips Lifeline Alert commercial. You know, I've fallen and I can't get up. You know, and it's this pendant that you wear, and it's got a button. You like press it, and they come to your rescue. But what really shocked me in this commercial was they said that you know, even if you've fallen down and can't press the button that's literally hanging around your neck, we'll still know that you've fallen down. How? Like, are they fucking Santa Claus or something? Like, you know, they know when you're not sleeping. They know when you're awake. They know if you've fallen down or not, and if your hip needs to be replaced. Oh, feels like flying, feels like flying, feels like flying, feels like flying. They'll help your grandma not. I like it. Yeah, my grandma will never die. Thank you, Phillips. I love those. By the way, ladies who are talking in the back, if you ever shut the fuck up. What? Oh, sorry. Someone's talking on a microphone. No, but if you ever, I am single, ladies, here in the bar who aren't attached, because I am not a homewrecker. But I'm single, I'm currently single, so dating commercials fascinate me. And this one really struck me. I really like this one dating commercial. It's, maybe you've seen it, it's for a website called blackpeoplemeet.com. Like, there is no getting around what that site is about. It's not black and Asian people meet.com. It's not black and Hispanic people meet.com. It is black motherfucking only people. We don't know why. We don't know white ass cornbread motherfucking crackers up on this site. But you know, it got me thinking, like, was there ever anything like that for white people? Was there ever like a white people meet.com? You know, turned out there was. It's called a lynch mob. But really, like, we can never have a white people meet.com. That's the most racist shit you've ever heard, right? Like, what would be the slogans? Like, you know, whitepeoplemeet.com. Start a rally. Whitepeoplemeet.com, because as the saying goes, once you're white, you're always right. That always reminds me of this ex-girlfriend that I had. When I'm dating somebody, it's great. You know, I never have any problems with my ex-girlfriends. But once we break up and I'm single again, it's like they're like sharks when blood is in the water. They know my life is miserable, and it's time for them to come and ruin it even more. And not just them, but even their family too. When I was in New York not too long ago, and I was walking down the street. I was walking to work, and it just so happened as I was walking down this one, you know, of like 100 billion streets in New York City. I was walking down this one street. It just so happened that my ex-girlfriend's older sister happened to be walking down the same exact street at the same exact time, right beside me. And like the whole time I was like, oh, you know, should I say anything? She'd be like, hey, you know, how you doing? You know, should I talk to her? Or like, make myself known? And I'd be like, come up next to her, you know, and like, oh, is she gonna notice me? You know, maybe she'll say something first. But you know, nothing ever happened. You know, I never got up the courage to say anything to her, and she eventually turned the corner and walked away. But I always wondered in my mind, like, you know, what would that conversation have been like? You know, what would I have said? I've been like, you know, like, hey Rhonda. Her name's not Rhonda, but just in case she sees this video and wants to kick my ass. But anyway, hey Rhonda. Hey, it's Chris. Remember me? I dated your younger sister until she ripped my heart out and broke it into a million pieces. So then I in turn ripped her heart out and broke it into a million pieces. And then we continued to do this for the better part of a year. Remember? So, how are things? Never thought that would work. But yeah, I am originally from Houston, Texas, born and raised 18 years. And contrary to popular belief, being that it is in Texas, it's actually quite diverse in Houston. I know, shocking, it's not just a bunch of white people down there wearing cowboy hats and riding horses. Although yes, we do have those. But I lived in a neighborhood that was, it was so diverse that the demographic of the neighborhood was actually 7% Caucasian. I know, Asians actually beat us 2-1 with 14%, which if you are a white male is awesome. No, it's quite great. But I lived in this neighborhood in Houston that wasn't like any other. Like what you just said about Houston is we have this thing called white flight. It's where when a neighborhood gets too urban or ethnic, white people fly. And if you're too poor to fly, you fucking learn how to run. But I did. I grew up in this neighborhood, and like all neighborhoods, like Houston's like a bunch of suburbs. So all these like neighborhoods have these like names. You know, you have like white suburb neighborhoods, like welcome to Rio Vista Lane. You know, welcome to Reindeer Lake. You know, we used to have Indian heritage, then we killed them all. Names like that. But we didn't have a name like that. The name of my neighborhood that was given to by the residents of the neighborhood was called the SWAT. That's SWAT. When the name of your neighborhood matches the police acronym for Special Weapons and Tactics, you might live in a bad neighborhood. Just saying. But they never said it like a regular just person. They never hey guys, welcome to the SWAT. You know, come on into the SWAT. You know, they said, hey man, welcome to the SWAT. As if you just entered a Little John music video circa 2002. But it was quite interesting living there in that neighborhood. And my mom was born in 1950. She's very white, very southern. Not racist, but just, she didn't get it. She didn't know how to adjust to the neighborhood. And I remember there was this one defining moment. I was outside, I was playing soccer, I was kicking this soccer ball up against the fence. And she came inside, she said, Christopher, it's time to come inside. I was like, oh, Mom, come on, 5 more minutes. No, Christopher, you've been outside for far too long. It's time to come inside. Oh, but Mom, Christopher, there's a butt-naked crackhead walking down the sidewalk with a shotgun. It is time to come inside. She never quite got it. There was one time the SWAT team actually did come into my neighborhood and set up shop behind my house. Do you remember that show Alias, Wayne? Alias with Jennifer Garner made her career. You remember Alias? Oh God, we loved that show. We ate that shit up. Guns firing, hot chicks kicking ass. It was great. So we were watching Alias one day, and it goes to commercial. We still keep hearing these men's voices outside, the guns being cocked. Whoa, what's going on? So my dad goes outside, and the SWAT team setting up shop in my backyard. And they're like, yeah, your front door neighbor wants this custody battle. And he's got his kid in the garage with a shotgun. He's going to blow up their heads off. It's like, oh, great. Love living here. But yeah, they're like, but what happened was in our TV room, there was this massive window that was right behind our TV. So they're like, look, you have this massive window that faces where we're going to enter, so you might want to leave, because, bullets might get fired. The guns might get fired, bullets might, ricochet and come back in. They're like, but Alias is on. No, you don't understand. Really, you might get caught in the crossfire. So what do? Do we turn off the TV? Do we walk away? Do we hide in the bathroom? No. We take out the 13-inch Zenith TV on a rollaway cart. We roll that shit into the kitchen. Because motherfucker, we ain't got a DVR. We're poor. We're watching Alias. But it did prepare me for moving to New York City. I didn't have that shock of diversity that obviously, unfortunately, a lot of white people have when going to non-white neighborhoods. But I did. I never had that shock of diversity. I lived in Harlem, and now I live in Washington Heights. And for those of you who don't know, that's in the upper part of Manhattan. And so when you tell your white friends in New York City that you live in Harlem, they're like, oh my God, you live where? How are you still alive? Did you join a gang? Yeah. But really, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. The only thing you really have to worry about in Harlem is Jehovah's Witnesses waking you up at 6 in the morning to hand you the same fucking pamphlet they handed you last week, which, whatever, But really, I never had any problems living there in Harlem, even as a white male, except for one day. And this is what I'll leave you on. So there's this one day I was in Harlem, and I was walking back to my apartment with my then girlfriend. And we're holding hands, just enjoying the night air. We're not really even talking to each other, which is probably why we broke up. But, we're just enjoying the night. So we're walking down the sidewalk, and as we're walking down the sidewalk, we see these 2 girls on a stoop, and they're talking to each other. Now, we say nothing and make 0 eye contact while walking towards or passing these 2 girls. But that was enough to make one of them flip her motherfucking shit. And as we passed by, she proceeded to say these very words. Hold on. I gotta say this. Why you gotta live here, huh? Why you gotta live here, huh? Where the rest of us supposed to live, huh? Tell me that. Where the rest of us supposed to live, huh? You know what? Why don't you go back to where you came from? Why don't you go back to Ron Conqueror? And I guess I should have got mad. conversation was, where the fuck is Ron Cocklemore?